topic we wish to discuss in this morning is psychonutritional cure principles and procedures. Rather, I prefer to call it, a better name can be given to that is the 5 elemental cure, Pancha Bhutatmaka Chikitsa. I prefer to call it cure rather than therapy. Chikitsa is therapy because there is no therapy involved in this. And also, whenever we hear that it is therapy, the chemicals, medicals, as well as surgery, all this intervention will come to our mind. It is not involved in this. So the basic fundamental principle is that any animal in its true natural habitat is a technical term, they seldom get any disease, catch any disease. You see, there are about 36 species of animals living in the terrain, terrestrial animals, 36 lakhs of animals. And another 36 or more, maybe 42 lakhs of species of animals in the sea, aquatic animals. None of them get any disease. Even if they are getting some disease, they know how to cure it. So I would like to ask a few questions to you. What is the disease out of which maximum number of people die in this world? Which is the disease? You can react.
Cardiovascular disease.
Cardiovascular, that is true. Which is the second cause of death, maximum death taking place in this world?
Diabetes.
Second cause is not diabetes, it is cancer. And cancer is going to be the first cause of death in the world within 1 or 2 years. So which is the third one? The answer you have already given. Third one is diabetes. And the fourth cause of disease according to medical informations, data, it is the ill effects of, adverse effects of drugs. Fourth cause. So the pertinent question is there any animal, this 36 lakhs of terrestrial animals and 42 lakhs of aquatic animals, any of them getting these 3 diseases, cancer, heart attack and diabetes? What is your answer?
At least it is not known. At least it is not known about it.
It is extensively researched. It is extensively, we are not aware of
No,
it.
it's not.
See, the animals in the natural habitat seldom suffer from cancer or heart attack or diabetes. It is estimated, already found. It is well researched. But the animals which eat our food, the food which we prepare, they are getting all these kinds of diseases. This is a very important aspect we have to consider. So any animal in the natural habitat, if they are not getting any disease, why don't we try to bring all these ill animals, including human beings, find out their natural habitat and return to that natural habitat? That can be a way of cure. This is the fundamental principle. This is beautifully depicted in Vedas. Atharva Veda, one part is Ayurveda, in which the basic etiological foundation is beautifully depicted. Before giving the etiology of diseases, etiology means the cause of disease. Before describing that, the Vedas describe what health is. Such a beautiful definition we cannot see in any other system of medicine. They define health as constant happiness. For getting a constant happiness, what are the requirements? The Vedas are describing first our body. We have never thought about this. Our body is composed of a few elements, maybe 24 or 25 elements. How many elements are identified in this world? That also is a little controversial. Some people say it is 108, but 118 also. But if you are finding out some more elements that can be recorded in the periodic table, there is space for that. So out of this 100 elements, how many elements are there in our body? Maybe 24, 25, 26. There also a little disagreement also is there. The Ayurveda as well as Siddha, Unani, I may say even allopathy, the modern medicine also share the same view that out of these 24 elements, if there is any imbalance between these elements constitute protoplasm out of which body is made. So the proportion of protoplasm, if it is in imbalance, you are ill. This is a very beautiful and scientific and true concept about health. Whenever there is an imbalance in our body, we are ill. For example, you see, there are several elements in our body. Some most important, water. How much is the percentage of water in our body? 70 to 80%. If water is in excess, what will happen? You will contract edema. There will be swelling on your legs as well as your face. You will die if it is too much. But you will not die because hypothalamically the brain is controlling all these things. Nobody will die so soon. So if water is considerably less, what does it mean? It is dehydration. You will die. So who is controlling this water necessary for the peristalsis, movement of peristalsis in your stomach? But the carbide which is used for ripening the fruit, that's a poison, and also certain chemical pesticides are being used, and certain hormones are used for this plant to grow as well as to bear fruit, all these such things. They are all poisonous. Almost all the diseases are caused by mostly chemical poisons. This is another point we have observed. So this chemical poison, how do they enter into our body? Through our water, air first, water and food, as well as radiation and some other means also directly it can enter our body. So mostly chemical poisons are responsible for diseases. What is a disease? Imbalance in the body. The second cause of disease is, if we are keeping away from these Panchbhutas, which should be our real nutrition, our health will be in danger. For example, the fetus also requires oxygen. At the time of birth, if the supply of oxygen to the brain is cut for at least 1 minute, either the child will die or suffer from mental deficiency. The first cry of the child is for air, that is inward inhalation. For that it is crying. You know, the last cry also, that is exhalation. In between these two cries, we are living bodies in which oxygen is constantly required. Our lungs are permanently working until death, for which we require not only oxygen, prana. The better word is prana. It is not equivalent to oxygen. This prana is required through our nose. That is required through our water. When you are boiling water, that will be lost. It's a very dangerous thing, drinking boiled water. So prana is required through water, prana is required through food also. The best food for us is that which are having the maximum amount of prana. They are fruits, nuts, vegetables, cereals and pulses in the sprouted form or even otherwise. These are our real food. Human beings were food gatherers in the forest. They were hunters. That is a later time when some imbalance in the natural forest took place. Before that, we were all living upon fruits, nuts and vegetables. For several lakhs of years, the human beings were living in the forest, eating ripe and fallen fruits, fruits from trees. We were not cultivating any paddy there. These are all later developments, very recent also. Paddy. You see, grains, food grains, actually they are for, in the ideal condition, they are for birds, not for human beings. So I will describe our real food for which our digestive system is evolved or created. So we will discuss this. Only then we will understand what this 5 elemental cure or psychonutritional cure. About 300 evidences are given by Harriet Carrington, a British biologist. In his book, The Natural Food of Man, the most important evidences we are going to discuss here, the first 7. The first evidence is the length of the digestive canal is proportional to the length of the animal. Take for example a cow of ordinary size. It has a digestive canal of 32 feet length. A tiger having a still longer abdomen is having a digestive canal which is only 12 feet. You understood? If human beings were carnivorous animals, we would have had a digestive canal which is less than 12 feet. Understood? Because we don't have a tiger's abdominal length is not like that of a tiger. So what is the length of the human being's digestive canal? 30 feet. No biologist can challenge this. This is a biological evidence which cannot be questioned by any biologist or any life science people. Another evidence is, these evidences are coming from morphology, anatomy, physiology, mostly from endocrinology. Comparative biochemistry is the most important area this Carrington is dealing with. He is dealing with the biochemistry of our fluids as well as blood. It is not equal to that of the non-vegetarian animals. It is very similar to that of the vegetarian animals. So from which the second evidence he gives is the lower jaw of all vegetarian animals are movable towards the left and right, so that you can chew. Chewing animals are all the vegetarian animals. Take for example the cattle. Cattle are several varieties. Human beings. Elephant, the biggest among the terrestrial animals. Elephants, horse, camel, giraffe, many varieties of pigs. Vegetarian pigs are there, non-vegetarian pigs. Many varieties of monkeys. The hippopotamus. The monkeys may be about 300 varieties. At the extreme it may be 100% non-vegetarian, and in this extreme it may be 100% vegetarian. So what about our monkeys? Our monkeys in South India or North India? Vegetarian also are there, but our monkeys in Kerala mostly are non-vegetarians. No, not non-vegetarians, they are mixivores. Sometimes they catch some animals and they eat. That's all. Most of the time they are like us. But some people argue that human beings also are mixivores. No evidence about this. Then another next evidence is, at the time of birth, the neonates, the newborn, the eyes will be opened, human beings. But our dogs and cats in our house, they are semi-carnivorous. Their eyes will be opened after 15 days, 2 weeks. It may take 2 months in the case of tiger and also lion, 100% carnivorous animals. So the retinal chemistry is drastically different from that of the vegetarian animals. Very important. Another evidence is the way these animals drink, the carnivorous animals drink water by licking. They take out the tongue and then drink water.